like that's that. See, that's the thing when it comes to. I think that's really like the important thing in marriages and relationships. Like, how will people hold you down when you're when you're down? It's like I will never say no names, but I know someone, right? I know someone. He was getting ready to marry his girl. And he spent a couple $1,000s preparing for the wedding. Then he lost his job. So he decided to cancel the wedding. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, that's fine. You know, I understand. It's just something about it as a man, you gotta feel secure. You know, you gotta feel secure about it. Then we got to talking recently. He was like, yeah, he getting married, you know, in a couple days, couple weeks, whatever. And I was like, okay, that's what's up. He was like, he was like, so you got any advice? You know, what would you do? It's like, I told him, I said, hey man, if you feel doubt, you're not getting. I asked him, I said, you're not getting married because she pressuring you, right? You're getting married because you want to. And he was like, yeah. And that's like, that's good. Anytime you're getting married outside of doubt, no, if you're getting married because out of peer pressure, you know, it ain't gonna last. Just don't even do it. But if you want to marry her, do that shit. But anywho, he was supposed to get married on a certain day. I happened to go to this place, and he happened to be there. And I'm like, hold the fuck up. I walk up to him, I'm like, hey man, what the fuck are you doing here? Ain't you supposed to be getting married? Like, you know, getting married, going out somewhere for a couple of days.
Like a boom boom or something?
And he was like, man, I had to postpone it. I was like, for what? And he was like, man, I had to get my own shit together. You know, it was like, man, he didn't feel right marrying her because his money wasn't, like, his finances and stuff wasn't right. And I was like, damn, I understand. But I also looked him dead in the eyes like, yeah, you know you fucked up, right? He was like, damn, I did. I was like, yeah, man, you fucked up. But I was like, don't be surprised if you find out later on in life that this was a fuck up from her. Like, I'm telling you now, you fucked up. And I told him, I said, reason why, because that's really like the day before the wedding, or essentially the day of, you did that. He was like, man, yeah, see, I already didn't think I was going to go through it anyway.
Wait. He found out about whatever he was going to do and like made a decision right before the wedding, like the same week?
Like the night before or the day of.
No, thank you. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You might as well just gone through the wedding and just continued on and like figured it out.
Yeah, I told him, I said, man, I want you to realize something. No matter how your finances are, when you was on hard times, whatever you was going through, she stayed with you. Do you even think it's about the money? He was like, no. Like, it's like, and I asked him, I said, hey, if y'all get married, did you on your end expect anything to change? It's like, no. And I was like, did she expect anything to change? He was like, no. So what difference does your finances make in you marrying her? It makes none.
It was an ego thing for him, honestly.
But
that's probably what it was.
Yeah, let me tell you. For us men, like Southern, especially Southern men, we're very, like, a lot of women don't hear the conversations that get had. Or y'all don't pay attention to the conversations that's around every day. Like, every day you hear about men talk about, you hear about women talk about what kind of man they want. And 9 times out of 10, most women want a man that's a provider. Mm-hmm. That can be surely financially stable at all given times. And as a man, we take that to heart. We all want to be that. We all want to be that guy. secretly. But most of us aren't that guy in reality. Like, so if we're not that guy, we don't feel like, even if we're good, we treat you right, whatever, we don't feel like we're deserving of making you a wife because of how society is. Like, now the pressure that's been put on us, like, it's not even about society. Like, you got parents and grandparents that puts that on you.
Yeah.
So it's like, as a man, all that pressure builds up, and we're not financially stable. That's just more pressure. It really just stresses you out. And it's like we take that stress and it give us cold feet. You know, that's why like certain things you gotta do differently. Like for me, if I'm talking personal, before I stepped up, I said, "Hey, let me make sure I'm straight." To make sure I was straight financially, I bought a fucking house, and I said, "Okay, this is what I bring to the table. Here's what I can do. I'm, you know what I'm saying, financially secure enough to take care of myself and the kids that I do have. And I'm financially stable enough to take care of you in the future if you ever need it." That right there, it makes me feel secure. You know, that's why I'm good, you know. And that's where a lot of men want to be. To make sure that they're good, you're good, the kids are good. You know, that's where most men want to be. If they're not there, they don't see themselves getting married because regardless, even when I asked him that question about, do you feel like anything has changed? And he said no. Subconsciously, he did.
You thought things would change?
Yes, because everybody, see, when it comes to being married, you can tell me your thoughts after I say this. Okay. But when it comes to being married, it's like the man is the provider and the protector. Right? So and the head of the household. Those three things. Provider, protector, head of the house. If he's not financially stable, he can't be the provider. And he feels like the woman isn't secure, so he can't be the protector because he's not the provider. And if she's making more money than him, he can't be the man of the household. Or like head of the household, I mean. So he's not already, just because his financial stability, he's not those three things in his mind. And that just is downhill from there.
Right. I can see that. I can see how that can be like a block in a man's mind, like just the fact that he doesn't have a job, or like that's the main thing. Like if you don't have a job, then your ego kind of goes down. You're like, you know, if I can't provide, then how could I be anything else? How can I give anything else in the house? But then also there's also the thing of like, I mean, if you continue to think in that mindset, then of course you're not going to be able to do anything different. But if you think like, okay, this is just a moment, let me just continue to figure out what I need to do, like not just sit on the couch and play video games and like figure out what needs to be done next. Like if you have that in you, then it's different. But if you don't have it in you to think anything past the fact that you don't have a job, then I can see how that can be